Welcome to Bookie. Today we will unlock the book A Lucky Child, a memoir of surviving Auschwitz as a young boy. You may have heard of the Auschwitz concentration camps, where German Nazis performed unspeakable acts of ethnic cleansing against the Jews during the Second World War. Over the course of this calamity, about 6 million Jews lost their lives to the scourge of Nazism. 6 million is a figure that we as bystanders are used to applying in a generalized sense to this profound tragedy, unintentionally turning the victims into a faceless, soulless, and replaceable mass. Yet in reality, for those who personally lived through this experience, every person who perished was once an individual soul, and each had precious stories worth telling. The author Thomas Buergenthal is one such survivor. At the Auschwitz concentration camp, he was robbed of his name and labeled B2930. Thereafter, this serial number remained branded on his left arm, a permanent scar like all that he had experienced in his childhood. In this book, he recounts to us in vivid and honest detail every moment spent at the concentration camps and every face that he encountered. He does all this from the perspective of a child who was lucky enough to have survived the Holocaust. Compared to the nameless souls who were sent to the gas chambers, Buergenthal was comparatively lucky. Yet when compared to the average German child, he was not quite so fortunate. While other children were able to lead carefree lives, he had to come face to face with death on many occasions, and often only had fear for company. Nevertheless, within the contents of A Lucky Child, it is difficult to discern any sense of hatred or vindictiveness. Buergenthal uses plain language to gently reveal to us the reality of having survived the Holocaust, while paying tribute to the heroism and wit shown by his own parents during life-threatening moments. He does all of this while exposing in a candid manner both the good and evil that humanity is capable of when put to the test. Not only did this period of hardship fail to make Buergenthal hate the world, it sparked in him a resolution to protect humanity and safeguard universal human rights. After the war, an academically accomplished Buergenthal embarked on a journey towards protecting universal human rights. This child survivor of the Holocaust spent his entire career fulfilling his promise to those he had lost, and did his utmost to comfort those who shared his experiences. In the following parts, let us look through the eyes of Buergenthal into a past fraught with hardship. Part 1: Displacement during childhood. Part 2: Living through hardship under Nazi rule. Part 3: Reflecting on war in an age of peace. Part 1: Displacement during childhood. Thomas Buergenthal was born in Lubocna, Czechoslovakia. Because his father owned a hotel, they originally led a pretty good life. After Hitler came to power, however, the oppression of Jews became increasingly severe. Eventually, when Buergenthal was nearly 5 years of age, his entire family was ordered to move out of their hotel and leave Lubocna due to their Jewish identity. The hotel was to be handed over to a party that had close ties to the Nazis. It was then that the Buergenthal family began their life of displacement. They stayed temporarily at a hotel owned by friends, and also at a small run-down apartment. Without any business or savings, Buergenthal's father had no choice but to do what he could to make ends meet. Before long he found a job as a door-to-door salesman for medical equipment, but as he needed to travel around the country to visit customers, Buergenthal and his mother were often left alone at home. In Buergenthal's memory, while his mother was not a great cook, she was extremely skilled at arguing. Once, when Buergenthal's father bit into a roast chicken that she had made, he tasted a mouthful of corn. It came to light that his mother had not cleaned out the innards of the chicken properly beforehand. Buergenthal's father was furious,